What's up guys, it's Zach, and today we got BO2 zombie maps tier list based on high rounding enjoyability. Hope everyone is having an amazing day so far. If you haven't seen my BO1 tier list video, I'll have it pinned in the comment section below, and I just have to say thank you for all the love and support on that video. That is the best video on this channel in terms of views and click rate and likes, so again, thank you guys so much for that. Without further ado, here's my BO2 zombies tier list. Starting at number 9, if anyone is surprised by this ranking, you seriously need to get checked into a mental health ward. We got Bus Depot riding it out in F tier. This map, you just don't have a lot going on. Yes, you do get to trade out the ray gun Mark II, but you don't even have Juggernog. The only thing you have is Quick Revive and the mystery box. It can be absolutely hard to get a game going. I think the world record on this map is round 92, which is absolutely ridiculous because not even Nuketown is round 100 possible just yet, and a map without Pack-a-Punch is just ridiculous. And I think it's Blasters that holds the world record. Shout out to you. This map is not enjoyable other than just queuing up a game to see if you can make it to round 25, and most of us can't even do that. Coming in at the number 8 spot, I really love this map, but in terms of high round enjoyability, it goes towards the bottom for me. In D tier, we have the map Farm. Farm is honestly not that much more different than Bus Depot. You thankfully get Juggernog, Double Tap, Speed Cola, and Quick Revive, which is the perk setup that you would run on the map. But the mystery box is in such a horrible location that you have to literally break the game by doing the porch jump to hit the box, because you are going to eventually have to trade out your ray gun Mark II. This map also does not have Pack-a-Punch, and it can be extremely difficult if you're trying to get past round 55. Has a very soft place in my heart, but my goodness, according to the rest of these BO2 maps, it doesn't even compare. Coming in at the number 7 spot at the bottom of C tier, we have the map Nuketown. If you guys are starting to see a trend with some of the maps you were seeing early on, it's just the fact that the ray gun Mark II is basically the ride or die strategy. So the main thing while high rounding on Nuketown is you have to train in the back of Greenhouse with the downstairs door closed so you can get easier horde ups and line up that headshot with the ray gun Mark II. Thankfully, you are able to Pack-a-Punch on the map, so you're able to preserve trade outs a little bit, but again, this map is just something that is so ridiculously long, mainly because of the zombie spawns, literally thinking that the map glitches out and you don't even know if the game is even playable. Nuketown also introduced random perk spawns. I don't know why the BO2 developers have such a hard-on for making sure you never know where your perks are. You get Juggernog, Quick Revive, or Pack-a-Punch in the green garage. It's basically an automatic restart. Nuketown is very, very special. I mean, you do get fire sales, so I guess that's kind of cool, but fire sales increase your reset time by a significant amount. Bottom of C tier I think is pretty fair, and Nuketown comes in at the number 7 spot. Coming in at number 6, we have my personal favorite high rounding map in the map Town. Literally the only reason I have Town above Nuketown is just because round 100 is theoretically possible. The homie Chris Voltage got round 100 on the game. Same thing with the last 3 maps. You're only running the ray gun Mark II and hitting the mystery box a stupid amount of times trying to get the ray gun Mark II back. I always thought this map, along with even Nuketown, Farm, or Bus Depot, would have been so much more enjoyable if you had one trap on the map. Not to mention, this map would have been so much better if we were able to have the perk PhD Flopper. I don't know what happened during the meetings for Black Ops 2, but they literally put PhD on 2 of the maps that you don't even need it in Origins and Buried. And Buried is literally just a perma perk, so I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna try to beat my PB of 71 sometime, maybe next year. I just don't have the time for it right now. But in terms of high rounding enjoyability, Town is probably the definition of mid. This reminds me a lot of Call of the Dead, where you should just play it around 50 and quit while you are still ahead. Now we're breaking our way into the top 5. Coming in at number 5, we have Buried. I'm actually going to put Buried in the bottom of B tier just because of the homie Issues, who had a 0 kill round 255 on this map. Something that's just absolutely absurd. Not killing one zombie, not even on round 1, is just some crazy work. I have not personally tried the Salute strategy with the Trample Steam, but it looks really difficult, and it reminds me in a way of like Verrucht in terms of how cramped the space could potentially be. BO2 high rounding is just a different breed. I mean, yeah, BO1 high rounding is the most optimized, but BO2 probably is the most difficult high rounding in terms of no special rounds, meaning no dogs, there's no traps. I mean, you have to build your trap, and it's a trample steam that breaks after like 5 hordes. I originally had this map as the worst of the worst, and that was basically just going off the camping at jug strategy. With the new optimizations, hopefully the other maps can get that kind of treatment, because I'm interested to see if there's any other crazy strats that have not been discovered yet on BO2 Zombies. You also have the witches that give you random perk drops once you go through the witch's house when the lights are on in the front. I like having more options and really doing the exact same thing over and over and over again. Hence why Buried goes above the other 4 maps where it's just Raygun Mark II Trade Out Simulator. And bottom of B tier could be slightly overrated. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about Buried high rounding, but Buried comes in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, we have the map Tranzit. I literally just threw up in my mouth as I said this. It only took 6 maps, but we're finally to our first map that has an infinite damage wonder weapon. Yes, it's an absolute pain in the ass to build it. It's even more of a pain in the ass if you accidentally break it, but you do have the jet gun. Literally, if you throw the thunder gun in the shredder 75 times and smashed it with a sledgehammer, this is literally the gun that you have in your hand. You literally have to break the game by doing the jet gun glitch. I mean, I can't even remember how to do it. I think you hold it down, then you knife, and then you shoot. It's some nonsense. Not to mention the homie Ted coming through with the bus if you're running the farm strategy could be a pain. Training in the fog in general is just a freaking pain. But Tranzit does come in at the number 4 spot, mainly because, I mean, BO2 Zombies high rounding is not the most enjoyable. And I guess you have options in terms of things that you can do on the map, but I'm not playing no Tranzit high rounding, but I do have to give respect where respect is due. Tranzit does come in at the number 4 spot. Now we're entering the top 3. If you don't think that these maps are the top 3 rounds in terms of high rounding enjoyability, we're gonna have to go into the ring and settle it like grown men. Coming at the number 3 spot, we have Die Rise in the bottom of A tier. By far the easiest 100 to get on Black Ops 2. You're literally just camping in the elevator shaft with the solidifier. I really wish they never nerfed it, because I'm still gonna die on this hill by saying the pre-patched solidifier is the best wonder weapon in COD Zombies history, because you were able to shoot multiple hordes of zombies with 1 bullet, and the solidifier gives you drops so you can replenish it with a max ammo whenever you run low. It may be the easiest round 100, but after round 100, when the solidifier falls off a cliff, you are relying on the trample steam and running around in a very tight area up by where I believe the speed cola or who perk spawns in. It's just funny how you have Black Ops 1, you have like fire trap, electric trap, you have the thunder gun, the wave gun, and then on Black Ops 2 you get the trample steam, and that's literally about it for most of these maps. This is the prime example of where PhD Flopper would have been a really good perk to add. It is technically on the map, but the developers literally put it as a troll. When you go down the spawn elevator, you see it on the way down. Still haven't forgiven them about that. But Die Rise comes in at the number 3 spot. Coming at the number 2 spot, in the bottom of S tier, we have Origins. And I'm one of the people that love Origins more than Mob of the Dead. But when it comes to high round enjoyability, there's just much more to offer on Mob than there is to Origins. Kind of like Die Rise, Origins, to like round 111, you can literally use the ice staff the whole time. You have to go get your max ammo drops when needed. Forcing drops can be kind of a pain in the ass as well. And it's our first exploit where if you hold out the claymore after a charge shot with the ice staff, it actually kills the zombies faster. It's these little pieces of information that make the old zombie games just so much more enjoyable than the new ones. But in terms of Origins, yeah, after round 111, so I'm assuming you just go get other staffs, but you'll probably empty out all those staffs as well, because the ice staff kills zombies all the way up to round 112. That's something I kind of want to look into. Does it really get Mark II Trade Out Central after that? Origins round 111. That's literally about it in terms of enjoyability. After that, it could be a pain because you don't have the trample steam, you don't have traps, and maybe you have to use the tank. Oh my god, I think you have to use the tank, bro. But yeah, Origins, number 2, just because you have so many other things you can be doing on the map. You can do the Easter egg if you wanted, you could get the G-Strike spawns. But Origins does come in at the number 2 spot. And at number 1 in the top of S tier, we have Mob of the Dead. The wonder weapon could be more ideal just because there's no PhD flopper on any of these maps. PhD flopper is on Mob of the Dead, but it's across the pier in an unaccessible location. Like, BO2 developers, why are you teasing us like this? Let me get my PhD flopper and go the hell home, please. I was literally between Mob of the Dead and Origins for about 20 minutes, but then I realized, yeah, Mob of the Dead, it has the gas trap and infinite damage trap on any round. It also has the fan trap outside of Warden's office, which I believe is a much faster strategy than running Cafeteria. You have the Hell's Retriever, which is also an infinite damage tactical. It doesn't give you drops, but I believe if you throw it, it will actually catch your drops and bring them closer to you. Something that can be very, very useful if you see the drop blinking and you know you can't get to it in time. The Warden is literally 5 HP because the Blundergat literally shreds this thing a new Bungholio. But yes, Mob of the Dead comes in at number 1, and I honestly don't even think it's close, guys. And here you have the tier list. We got Mob of the Dead at number 1, Origins at 2, Die Rise 3, Transit is at 4, then you got Buried, Town, Nuketown, Farm, Bus Depot. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. I really enjoyed making the BO1 and BO2 tier list. If you guys want to see BO3 or World at War, let me know. But other than that, it's been Zach. I will see you all in my next video. Peace.